Hi Renee, this is Flo. Now, Renee and a number of others have asked exactly this question. How the heck do I purchase Cricut design space when I'm not in the States? Help. Well, I'll show you. So I have got a document in the files, and if you go, this is in New Zealand Cricut at the moment, if we go to files, you will find in files that there's a file called add credit card to Cricut, and that's the one you look at and it will walk you through it. Now if we open that up, I think it just downloads onto my system, so I'm not going to open it up again, but I'll let you do that. Now what it will tell you to do is to go to Cricut.com, and I've actually put a link in the little post that I've done, and that's an affiliate link, but it will take you to the Cricut shop. Now you must have a Cricut ID, which if you've got Design Space, it's exactly the same ID. And I'm now going to go sign in, and it normally signs me in automatically. It gives me my email address and my password, and I go sign in. Now once it's signed in, I then go to this little person up here, and that will say hi Flo. It makes me know that I've signed in, and then it goes my account. You'll also see I've got 15 items in my wish list. Now click on hi, and it will ask you whoever you are, and once we go hi Flo, I should be clicking on my account, okay, and once I click on my account, it will then go into my account. My recent orders will automatically pop up, and you can see that I bought the mystery box. Now on the left hand side it says order history, and if you've ordered anything it will be in your history. Your profile, your address book, and your payment settings. Now this is the most important one, and it's the one we're going to look at today. You go into your payment settings, and it will say add credit and debit cards. This is where you edit them, or you add them. Now I've got one here that shouldn't be in here, but I'm not going to remove it because I don't want to put it back in again, and sometimes it's handy just to have a credit card in there. Now I can click on those and remove them, but if you leave it without a credit card at all, if you've got things like access coming out on a monthly basis, it won't allow it to come out. So don't do things like that, just leave one in there. Now this is where, as I said before, if you go add credit card and click on there, you can put your credit card in there. Now with the millions of people that deal with them, they've not had any problems with credit cards, so they're a pretty big company, so they don't. Now you put all that in and you save it, and then your credit card will be in there. Now it doesn't rely on your address to have that in there. Now with your address book, because we're now going to go to the address book, you will find that if you go to UShop you can get a USA address, and this is where you'll put it in here. Now you'll find that once you get your address, make sure it's got, after your area code of 97203, it's got 6629. Now when you're buying something, it will often give you, do you want this address or this address, and they look the same, but one of them will have the 6629 on the end, and that's the one you want. Now okay, we've got in there, we've done that. Now I'm going to go back and go to UShop, just simply show you that you put in UShop, and I put in .co.nz so that I know where I am. And when you go into UShop, you're going to either use it by signing in because you're already using UShop, or you flick around here, and at the top here it says register. Now go in and register, and it will then give you a USA address. Now I'm just going to go sign in, and again I like to be able to have my thing remembered because my brain doesn't do so well. And now I'm in UShop. Now if you are going to buy something, you need a UShop address. Now coming down here, it will tell you how much will you pay. Now please, if you're going to buy something, remember that if you use a code and it gives you free shipping, they are not worried about how big your parcel is. So if you're going to buy two things, you have to make sure that they're going to send it in one parcel. They may send it in 2 or 3 parcels. So be slightly careful. The other thing is that I have had one blade and housing sent in a box that would fit the maker in. So it came in a huge box. Luckily, actually, I didn't have to pay for it, but the box itself would have cost quite a substantial amount because they work on the actual volumetric weight as well as the physical weight. So if your volumetric weight is bigger than your physical weight, you will be charged the volumetric weight. Now it'll tell you what's allowed to be shipped and what isn't, and I work on the fact that if you push enough buttons enough times, you'll actually find where you're supposed to go, and hopefully you will find, I'm now signed into my account now. Oh, there we go. Now there's my account. It tells me the packet, the things that I've got coming. One of them that is processing at the depot. I don't know that it is, but all things are possible. And somewhere along here it will tell you your USA address. Now write that down, because if you're anything like me, you come back in here and you're trying to work out where your USA addresses are and you can't find them. And as I say, if I push enough buttons enough times, something's bound to happen. It has got your New Zealand address in, which you have to put in. Now that's a parcel collect address, and you can go through all these. But once you've got your American address, let's go account home and see whether that gives it to me. Save credit parcel pods, UShop. Let's go to UShop and see whether that. Now by going there, this is a major thing that people get confused with. This is where you go to find your American address, and if I go show American address, that's the American address. And as you see, this zip code down here does not contain those last 4 numbers. So when you put it into Cricut, make sure you add those last 4 numbers. Now, one of the most important thing is, once you've got your tracking number from Cricut, go into expected, right? And under expected, if you click on that, you'll find you have not told us about any parcels you're expecting, so tell them about it. They may still be on their way. That's what you're hoping. They could already be at the warehouse. Claim your parcel. Tell us about the parcel you're expecting. Now, if you tell them about the parcel you're expecting by clicking on this, you can put in your tracking number and you can put in your reference for the parcel, and if you do that, as soon as it comes in, it will be allocated to you, and it's a much faster way of doing things. So hopefully this will help a lot of people who need an American address to either shop at Cricut, because sometimes they do have some really amazing sales and it's cheaper than buying things in New Zealand. Other times, just be aware that your postage may be excessive because they've put it in a large box. If you're going to buy something and the postage and amount in New Zealand dollars, when they change it from US dollars to New Zealand dollars, is over 400 or close to 400, you may have to pay customs, and once you have to pay customs, at one stage it cost me just over $400 for customs, and that was on top of my parcel. So just be a little wary about how much it's going to cost you. Sometimes it's cheaper in the long run to buy it in New Zealand, but it's up to you. Now, hopefully once you go out of there, you go back to your Cricut.com and you can have all your addresses put in there, and then you go back to New Zealand Cricut and tell us how well you've done. Okay, hopefully that helps some people, and we'll go back to New Zealand Cricut, and as you can see, I'm just about to do a pinned post here, and you'll be able to see that shortly. Okay.